Look around. Men today are more connected than ever, yet more isolated than any generation before. We scroll, we swipe, we watch endless faces on screens, but when the storm hits, we realize we are standing alone. A man can have hundreds of contacts, thousands of followers, and still feel invisible. Loneliness for men doesn't scream. It doesn't cry out. It hides. It hides in long nights staring at the ceiling. It hides in addictions, in fake smiles, in jokes that cover emptiness. It hides in silence. The silence of a man who has no one to call when he's at his lowest. And the truth is, most men have mastered this silence so well that even the people closest to them never realize how heavy the weight is. Once, brotherhood was natural. Men worked together, hunted together, built together, fought together. A man was never truly alone. His strength wasn't just his own. It was multiplied by the men around him. Today, most men grow up competing against each other, distrusting each other, or pretending they don't need anyone at all. We've been trained to see every other man as a rival instead of a potential ally. But here's the truth. No man can carry the weight of the world by himself. You can be disciplined. You can be strong. You can fight for years. But at some point, the load becomes heavier than your shoulders. That's when a brother steps in. That's when the hand on your back keeps you moving forward when you would have fallen. And yet, modern men hesitate to reach for brotherhood. Why? Because pride whispers, you don't need anyone. You're fine. Shame whispers, if they knew how weak you really feel, they'd walk away. Fear whispers, no one will understand. These lies keep men locked inside prisons they built for themselves. Brotherhood is not about numbers. It's not about surrounding yourself with dozens of shallow connections. True brotherhood is rare. A handful of men, or even just one, who will stand with you when it costs them something. A brother is the man who calls you out when you're slipping, who refuses to let you drown in your excuses. He's the one who reminds you of your strength when you've forgotten it. And sometimes, he's simply the one who sits in silence with you when words would only make things worse. Brotherhood doesn't always look heroic. Sometimes it's just presence, and that presence can be the difference between despair and survival. The power of brotherhood is not just in comfort, it's in accountability. Alone you can lie to yourself. Alone you can justify your weakness. Alone you can drift for years without realizing you've wasted your life. But with brothers, you can't hide. They see you. They challenge you. They demand the best from you because they know what you're capable of. Every great army was built on brotherhood. Every movement, every revolution, every victory that shaped history. It wasn't one man standing alone. It was men united, willing to bleed together, fight together, and sometimes die together. You can look through history and see this truth. No man changes the world by himself, but men who trust each other can bend history to their will. And here's something you must understand. A brother is not always the man who tells you what you want to hear. Sometimes he's the one who looks you in the eye and says the words that sting. because he refuses to let you remain less than what you're meant to be. Brotherhood isn't always comfortable, but it is always strengthening. The modern world tells you to isolate, to trust no one, to keep everything surface level. That's why so many men live with quiet despair. But we can choose differently. We can rebuild what was lost. Brotherhood doesn't mean you'll never fall. It means when you fall, someone will lift you up. Brotherhood doesn't mean you'll never be weak. It means when weakness comes, someone will remind you of your strength. Brotherhood doesn't make life easy. It makes life possible. Every man listening to this has two choices: to continue walking alone, pretending he doesn't need anyone, or to seek out, build, and protect brotherhood. And let me tell you this, the man who walks alone will eventually break. The man with brothers will rise again and again, no matter how many times he falls. So stop pretending you're unbreakable. Stop pretending you don't need anyone. Find the men who push you higher. Build trust that can survive storms. Stand shoulder to shoulder with men who refuse to let you quit. Because the truth is this: life will break you. Pain will visit you. Darkness will surround you. But a brother will not let you face it alone. And in a world that's trying to divide and weaken men, brotherhood is not just important, it's survival. And remember, brotherhood isn't found, it's built. You build it by showing up, by being dependable, by being willing to sacrifice, by giving loyalty before demanding it. When you do, you stop being just another lonely man drifting through life. You become a foundation for others, and in turn, they become a foundation for you. There will be times when your strength fails, times when temptation almost wins, times when despair whispers in your ear that life isn't worth it. But a brother can silence that voice. A brother can remind you who you are. A brother can help you see the light when you've gone blind in the dark. Brotherhood matters now more than ever. And the men who understand this will be the ones who endure, the ones who rise, the ones who leave a legacy stronger than themselves. So build it, protect it, and never walk alone again. If this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, subscribe, and share it with a brother who needs to hear it. We're building more than content here. We're rebuilding the bond that makes men unbreakable.